you doing on a plane? Like,
now, my question to you all is that Hove and B were in New York for 2 nights.
Yeah.
Y'all missed both those nights.
No, we didn't miss nothing.
Well, you weren't there, so you missed it.
No, I didn't. You think I missed the storm? No,
Were you
I didn't.
there?
No.
So
It did storm
miss it.
too, and it did
storm?
Yeah,
But you didn't know it was going to storm when the tickets were released.
Well, I also knew I wasn't going there when the tickets were released.
They also were in Philly, and you didn't go to that one either. So
I didn't
what?
want
So
to
what's?
go to that.
So this is my question. So what sparked this ATL trip?
Okay, so
That's a very random city for people that are not from Atlanta.
oh, you mean like J and B not being from there? All
No,
right, so
y'all not being from there.
oh, but nigga, we good anywhere, nigga. We good on any
No, that is-
MLK Boulevard, nigga. Let them know.
That is beside the question, Negro. What I'm asking you is why this city?
Well, I can't answer. He may be able to answer this.
All right,
better
so
than
for me, the J and B concert in New York.
Well, what came first? Was it the Drake
it
concert?
was the J and B.
J&B,
That's the tickets
okay.
that were bought first.
Okay.
Now, when I saw those tickets, I was like, yo, I feel like they disrespecting us. They put the concerts on a Thursday and Friday. Like, I felt a way about that.
That's what it was.
I really felt a way about that.
Because
Like,
he couldn't get off of work.
No, I'm listening.
and I'm not taking off work. Like I said, I'm new to the Beyonce and, well, Jay, he's Hov. I'd take off any pause, but, you know.
Wow, disrespectful. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Exactly. So, it was like, I'm looking at him, I'm like, I want to go, but I'm not going in New York. One, for 2 reasons. I hate concerts in New York. You see everybody you know. Like, for it to be so big.
You know the vibes.
I didn't see anybody I knew, and I was at a Beyonce show.
Well, your mind is a different. You have like a different mind when you going to see Beyonce.
This is true, but my eyes are still open though.
I bumped
It's
this.
not like
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not trying. My thing is, I hate bumping into people. I
Yes.
like that vibe of not knowing nobody and just getting acquainted with people you just really don't know.
Y'all both run on the same energy.
What do you?
Y'all both be on that same bullshit.
No.
Y'all think y'all Beyonce? I'm like, I don't want to see nobody I know in that live stadium. Like,
know the
nigga, I'm
vibes.
sitting in
Yeah,
section
like, the
section
fuck,
27, row 3. I'm not paying attention to y'all. I'm watching fucking the show.
The funny thing is, it's not even him. It's people that's like not his friend, that's my friend, and they say the same shit. Like, I be with Ruck and they be like, damn, let's go to Brooklyn, son. I'm not trying to bump into nobody in Queens.
Yeah, like
What the fuck? Niggas is
it's just a thing. Like, I just really don't like. And
Y'all
so
so
for that
shifty.
concert, I just
were
really
going
didn't want to do that.
Niggas were going to date in Long Island just to.
Yeah, for real. Like, all right, it's certain restaurants I love, right? But the ones that's in Brooklyn, I really don't go. I'll find them in Long Island, and I will drive my ass all the way up. All right, ask Wifey. Wifey will tell you something. I don't do nothing
No,
in
I
Brooklyn.
believe y'all.
I hate Brooklyn.
Nigga said
Like, I
Ruthless.
love Brooklyn, but I hate Brooklyn. Because I'm always running into somebody.
Okay.
You know the vibes.
I really don't.
I love that.
And I also
term.
don't even hate
I love
running into
that term.
people. Like, y'all, people really be like, I can't see nobody. And
Let
I'd
me
be like,
tell you
I
what
just-
it is. It's like when you bump into somebody, and I don't know, like preference wise, like if you're out with somebody, it's just like if when you out,
Wait, what's with somebody?
I mean,
You mean just with your people or like somebody you talking to?
Either or.
Either
Because
or.
that I could understand.
It's
Like, if
either
you was-
or, bro. Even if you're not trying to be mixy, like even if you're not trying to like run into a female, a past female, or it's just
or future.
yeah. You never know. Yeah, you're just talking about those. Things. But I'm just saying, like I always hated that. Growing up, that was just something I never got into. Like, and for me, like I don't want to say I'm known, but I just always find someone like always. And for me, the older I got, the more I just started moving away.
You know what's funny, and I understand where he's coming from with that sentiment, because I mean, people that you know, it's like not that you don't want to catch up with them. It's like you didn't have intentions on seeing them and like, oh, what's good, and that stupid small talk shit. And you can go out and we spent 20 minutes talking to the waiter for no reason. Like we didn't even see the menu yet, and I'm just like,
Niggas was
but if it had
dehydrated.
but if it had been homeboy, but if it had been homeboy, no, if it had been homeboy from our block, like, come on, nigga, like, we talk to you later, my nigga. All right, see you
next week, nigga.
Bet.
Like, it's just like
I'm trying to. So you two go to Atlanta. Let's just get back to what we're doing here.
So we dipped out.
Yo, Gav, cosign. You know the vibe.
Yeah, Gav, he don't do nothing in New York. He don't even like New York. Like, Gav different.
Okay.
Gav
like,
be a Tita bar.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Calabasas and shit. Like, what the fuck? All right. So we get
I saw
to
that
Atlanta.
you was in Calabasas.
Yeah, I'm saying, you know I'm calling it out, son. So those tickets came out. We decided, it was like, all right, a nice Sunday. Boom. We could fly out. We make a weekend out of it. Boom, we out of here. This nigga sends me a picture of the Drake and Migos lineup. I'm like, nigga, didn't we just book something? Next thing I know, I start scrolling. He just had me doing all the Ticketmaster.
What day is the Drake concert?
That was the Friday night.
And y'all...
We had already booked for...
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm looking, I'm like, all right, now we can make a weekend out of this. Fully.
No ticket, no home, no place to stay.
Yeah. We just booked everything.
Booking tickets.
Like, nigga, we get there, we'll find somewhere to stay. And I mean, that's how it go.
No, you don't have to convince me that y'all did this shit. Like, I believe that y'all...
No flights.
I believe that y'all did not put any proper planning into this.
Wait till next episode.
That I don't want to be a part of. That I don't want to be a part of.
You talking about us planning crazy? Wait till next episode.
Yeah, son. It's just
loose.
I mean, once he showed me that lineup and said, all right, boom, look
and
at
he
the
looked
dates.
at, he talked to me crazy. He was like, what the fuck is it? And I was like, yo, son, basically, so boom, check it. You off Friday? I mean, I don't know if you called out Friday, but I was like,
I called out the whole week.
You get out Friday, fly down the next day. And he was like, yeah, so but we got to get down early, early in the morning. I'm not trying to waste a day. I was like, all right, we'll
That's
do
fair.
something.
I agree.
So then Sunday night we got to go to the party and then come back Monday.
The party?
We go to
The concert.
Okay.
Which is even worse, which I don't know if you guys missed. Then my mom hit me with the, I want to go see Serena Williams at the U.S. Open. It's Monday.
Yes.
Homegirl buys tickets for Monday.
Oh, so you had a full weekend.
This nigga had a fully loaded
She was on
weekend.
my neck.
First of all, you have stepped into Black Joy royalty or Black royalty joy. The fact that you saw Beyonce and Serena in the same weekend, I could go on
That's
to glory.
a fact.
I could go to Meet the Maker. I would be done. Like, what else?
Everybody
if I
that's
saw
popping,
Beyonce perform
I've seen him.
and
He's
Serena
all in
play
one week.
in the
Drake.
same week. Well, I mean, Drake is cool too, but. He's a force not to.
He's a force to be.
He's a
reckoned
force
with.
to be reckoned with, but he's
Yes.
not a Beyonce or Serena Williams. Like, let's just call a spade.
And
spade.
Khaled. That's not. And Lil Duval.
Word.
Oh, okay.
But when I
And
saw
Jeezy.
Duvu,
All right. Well, I'm gonna go because little who? No, we're not.
come on, nigga, smile, bitch.
We're not about to put him on the same level.
And
as
I'm
Beyonce
not about to
Serena
go back
Williams.
and forth with
you
you.
nigga. Son, when I say, and I think that was one of the main reasons we chose Atlanta. Because I was debating the Houston and Atlanta one.
I would have chose Houston, but okay.
No. For me, I'm like, Khaled's the opener. Khaled has so much friends. I just knew, my mind, it was going to be like T.I. and this nigga brought out. Yeah, like, because Atlanta.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So,
But what was crazy was, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. You go ahead.
Speaking of all the mixiness that could happen while we eating, the fight breaks out the night before. Was it the night before?
Yeah, it was the night before the
Not
concert.
the fight, not the night.
Oh, when a person ran on stage.
Ran on stage.
Oh, right.
Got his kufi knocked off.
And rightfully so.
Right.
I love that all of them dancers rolled up like,
Yeah,
what
these
you're not
niggas
about
is
to do
insane.
today.
Was it the night before? Or
It was the night before. The night before.
If you went the second night, it was the first night.
It was the
So,
Saturday night.
Yeah.
it was that first night.
But thank God we picked the right night.
Well, I'm glad y'all went, experienced the Queen and the King. I'm glad y'all enjoyed. I like that y'all supported the family and bought merch.
Oh, yeah.
I approve of all these things.
And we did some black shit. We went into a boshment.
Yeah. We went to the day brunch, the Boschman
Oh,
day brunch.
okay.
Like, nigga, and then my son, like, he live out there. So we was all good.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll see where he's about to go with this. Yeah, it was good.
it was good. It was just making sure, like,
Which means y'all weren't good.
No, we were good.
no, we were good. Let a nigga find out we was good. We was good.
Which again means
When
y'all
you
were
seen
not
that
good.
car pull up with the New York plates, just try no.
Let a nigga find out we was good.
We was good.
I hate this nigga, yo.
I'm just saying.
I'm
Anyway.
glad y'all had a nice nigga filled weekend in a nice nigga city, you know?
Yeah.
Atlanta, one of the blackest cities in the country.
Oh, so yeah, so back to me seeing Serena the next as like I guess a cap. I wouldn't say nightcap so bad. Cap of the week.
Wait. Oh, no, never mind.
What?
Never mind. I was thinking that was the match against Naomi. but that was a weekend after.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy.
We got to put this on the docket because we definitely forgot about that.
You know, fuck him. But
Yeah,
All right.
that's a whole nother
So I'm glad you guys. That's basically to summarize what all you guys missed on last week's episode, right?
I
guess.
don't
Well,
know.
what
I'm
y'all
sorry.
do for Labor Day?
Oh,
Fuck boy. Eh?
What y'all do for Labor Day?
Niggas out here with colors on the parkway. What you rapping? Huh?
Boy.
So, Katt Williams was up at V103. Speaking of Atlanta, what a great segue this is. So, Katt Williams.
We try.
I wasn't. Let's make the record very clear. I had on nice, safe colors.
Didn't look so.
I
was on the truck. It didn't look so.
I had on a nice baby sky blue, like you give a newborn. I was not wearing any royal blues, any deep reds, and I was fine. And niggas always gonna be fine.
Sound like he ready.
So Katt Williams was at V103
go for it.
in Atlanta.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I did not watch the whole thing because
I had to.
I was off the grid.
I had to.
It came across my timeline, so I saw the minute clip, and then I saw like 3 more minute clips, and I was like, I'm good for these clips.
All right, so what do you want to get to first? Do you want to get to the part with Tiffany Haddish?
We can start there and then work our way down.
So
Katt Williams was at V103, and he was, I think they had to promote something. I don't know what.
Red Grant.
Don't even know what that is.
As an old time comedian, he was doing a. Show.
Right. Because there was somebody else in the studio with him besides Frank. Yeah. Anyway, so he's up there and they're talking about new comedians, and basically he's like, well, you know, Gerard Carmichael, Kevin Hart, and Lil Rel and Hannibal Buress only pop in because they ugly and nobody want to fuck them in Hollywood and shit like that. And I was like, well, this is a very random thing to say about people that are funny.
Like, that was a weird take.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, all right, sure, Katt, whatever. And then he goes on an interview to say that Tiffany Haddish has not proven her ability to tell jokes, and you know she only out here want to fuck white men, and she was dating. I think he said she was dating a white or married to a white man, and then divorced him, which I didn't even know about. Like I knew she was married, but I didn't know he was white.
She spoke about it.
I thought she did. After I heard it, I was like, that sounds familiar, but. Yeah. I also was watching The Last OG a couple weeks ago, where on the show she's married to a white guy. So I think my brain was just like crossing those two together.
Okay.
But yeah, so he's basically like, you know, Tiffany Haddish hasn't proven the ability to tell jokes and be a real comedian, and pretty much just, you know, sucking her dick because, you know, Girls Trip was funny and blah, 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 blah. And the question floating around the internet is, does Katt Williams have a point? Because I can't name a Tiffany Haddish joke. I can't. Like, no shade, but this is kind of factual.
So let's open it up to the room. One of our comedian experts.
Expert?
This nigga goes to comedy shows like on the regular. He got me.
You went to go see Andrew.
He's a funny guy.
He got me going to comedy shows by myself.
He's a funny guy. Like,
okay. All right.
He is an asshole, but he's a funny guy.
All right. I didn't say he wasn't.
I'm just watching the.
Wow. All right. So
but it's like.
I didn't say anything. Jeez Louise, guys.
Like
my God.
I was talking to my friend, and I was just telling him, like, you know, he had a point, but his points were a little bit wrong.
Katt's points.
Yeah, Katt. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, Tiffany doesn't really have main stand-ups that you can say has been to the masses of the United States or out of bounds, but, I mean, she's still new.
Yeah, the thing that was weird for me was that I think 2 things. I think people don't watch things the way they used to before. Mm-hmm. So, like, even now, like, Chris Rock just had a stand-up that came out, like, last year. Mm-hmm. I thought it was funny. Watched it one time. Moved on with my life.
Gone.
Like, we don't watch, like... There was a point where, like...
different age.
I remember we would watch Kings of Comedy, like, once a week. Like, it was to the point where, like... All right. You get my point, though. Like, it got to the point where it was just, like... It was on last night, and I watched it.
Taking a shit.
But it's like... I don't think people watch and go in the same way with things like they used to in the past. So it's like, no, I can't name a Tiffany Haddish joke, but I also can't name a 2017 Chris Rock joke. I can't name a 2015 Dave Chappelle joke. Like, we don't watch shit the same way. So I was like, to bring up that point of like, you can't name a Tiffany Haddish joke, I was like, well...
To be honest, I'd hate to say it, but the only person I can honestly say in this decade that has a joke that you literally hear throughout the streets would be a Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. That's because
people you got to remember
his shit to the ground.
Exactly, his shit made movies. It made it to regular TV. Mm-hmm. Like Katt stuff only on Comedy Central. So it's for him to say you're not gonna remember a Tiffany Haddish joke. Well, you're not gonna really remember a Katt joke either.
To be honest, I don't remember any Katt Williams jokes.
Well,
there's one that I'm thinking of, but I can't even think of it.
Well, I remember his specials that he did. I mean, within this decade.
Oh, you remember the specials, but can you remember a joke like what he said? Because he said you can't recite a joke.
They would have to probably be on, and I could recite them. But I mean,
it's the same thing with her.
What you just did with Bernie Mac. There's some shit where you could off the dome, like you wrote it yourself.
You just know it. Like that's why I said.
Like, can I get some milk cooking cookies off the dome. Don't even have to think about it.
Like with Cav, you know you're gonna be like, what was the one with the teacher? Oh, they say you got no nipples or something like that. Niggas gonna remember that.
Right.
As opposed to Katt, you're not gonna remember anything he did. You're not gonna say he didn't do. Like, even I watched his last special. It was good.
I think a